Yeah, are you able to see me? Okay. Audio is clear? Audio is clear? Okay, okay, okay. Okay. Right. I shared a file. Is it visible to you? Yes. Is this visible to you? Okay, then. Yeah. What about participants? Right. Yeah, we'll see the question number 7. We'll see the question number 7. Yeah, yesterday we have seen the question number 6, which was somewhat difficult. We'll see that later on. Yeah. Now, question number 7. Right. Always we have to look after the addresses. So now come to the main. Come to the main. In the main, an array variable of character pointers is defined. That is CHR star PSTR, pointer to strings. PSTR means. So now there are only 2 locations are given to that. PSTR of 0 and PSTR of 1. Okay. we'll assume some addresses. Assuming that at 20,000, so the number of bytes required to this PSTR are 4 because 2 pointer variables are defined. Yeah, obviously character pointers, array of character pointers where only 2 places are there to us. Array of character pointers. Right, PSTR of 0 and PSTR of 1. These are the pointer variables defined. Assuming that they are defined at 20,000 and 20,001. First one, PSTR of 0, 20,002, 20,003. 20,002 and 20,003 are the locations given to the PSTR of 1. Watch this carefully. PSTR of 0 defined at 20,000 and 20,001 memory locations because 2 bytes are required because it's a pointer variable. Leave about what type of pointer it is. Any type of pointer equals 2 bytes. Right. Now PSTR of 1 is at 20,002 and 20,003. Right. Now hello is a word assuming that defined at 30,000. Assuming hello is a word which is stored at 30,000 memory location, and from there onwards 6 bytes will be used, 5 for the word hello and 1 is for the \0. So from 30,000 to 30,005, 30,000 to 30,005 are the locations given to the hello. And the next word, assuming that at 40,000, just assumption, assuming that the word India Bix is placed at 40,000 memory location. For our convenience, we are using different memory locations. That's it. So now at 30,000, hello is there. At 40,000, India Bix is there. And PSTR is at 20,000. So total 4 bytes are required to the PSTR. So now PSTR of 0 is holding address of hello, which is 30,000. PSTR of 0 holding address of hello, which is 30,000. PSTR of 1 holding address of India Bix, which is 40,000. Assumption. Okay. So yeah, remember these numbers while I'm talking. At 20,000, PSTR is defined. 4 bytes are required because 2 pointer variables or array of 2 pointers are defined. So now first pointer PSTR of 0, which is at 20,000, and the PSTR of 1 will be at 20,002 because each pointer requires 2 bytes. Right. So now in PSTR of 0, hello, address of hello is stored, where hello is stored at 30,000, and in PSTR of 1, India Bix address is stored, and assumed that the India Bix is stored at 40,000. Yeah, up to this is clear. Now come to the swap. In the swap, we are writing PSTR of 0. What is the value of PSTR of 0? Value of PSTR of 0 is nothing but the hello address. And hello is stored at 30,000 memory location. 30,000 memory location. From there onwards, 6 bytes will be used, 5 bytes for the hello and 1 byte for the \0. So, but only the starting byte address will come to us whenever we write string address. We will get only the starting byte address. That means PSTR of 0 will have 30,000, and that 30,000 we are passing to the function. We are passing to the function 30,000. We are passing to the function value 30,000, which is nothing but hello address. And also we are passing PSTR of 1 in the swap function. PSTR of 1. So now in this PSTR of 1, we have address of India Bix. We assumed that that is defined at 40,000. We assumed. So now 40,000 is passed to the function. Right? See here, we passed value of PSTR of 0, and also we passed value of PSTR of 1. So we passed 30,000 and 40,000. Address of hello, address of India Bix. Now come to the swap function. T1, T2 are the 2 different variables. assuming that one is defined at 50,000, T1 is defined at 50,000, and T2 defined at 51,000. This assumption. T1 defined at 50,000 and T2 defined at 51,000 assumption. And when it comes to the swap function inside, there is one more pointer variable T, assuming that that is defined at 52,000 assumption, 52,000. Now T is equal T1. In T1, we got address of the hello. Value of PSTR of 0 is passed from the swap function, and in the swap function header, T1 is there. That T1 will collect the value which is passed from the main swap. So from the main swap, PSTR of 0 is written. PSTR of 0 is nothing but address of hello, which we assumed as 30,000. So that 30,000 will come into the T1. 30,000 will come into the T1. And 40,000, which is address of IndiaBix, will come into the T2. And T1 and T2 are defined at, assumed that T1 defined at 50,000, T2 defined at 51,000, and T defined at 52,000, right? So now T is equal T1. In T1, we have address of hello, which is 30,000. So 30,000 will go into the temporary variable, and T1 is equal T2. T2 is 40,000 is the value of T2. So that value will go into the T1, and T2 is equal T2 is equal, in T we stored address of hello, so that 30,000 will go into the T2. Simply exchange occurred in between the T1 and T2. Remember this, in between the T1 and T2 exchange occurred. In T1 we had 30,000, in T2 we had 40,000. Those two are exchanged. Into T1 we got 40,000, and into T1 we got, in T1 we got 40,000, and into T2 we got 30,000. Just T1 and T2 values are exchanged, and we reached closing brace of that swap function. We'll come back. Once closing brace of a function is reached, any function, once closing brace of a function is reached, all the variables which are defined in that function will be closed. So now T1, T2 will be closed. T1, T2 will be closed, either by reaching the closing brace or by reaching the return statement. Variables which are defined in that function will be closed. In the swap function, T1, T2, and T, three variables are defined, and they will be closed. Once we reach a return statement or closing brace in a function, the variables which are defined in that function will be closed. So now T1, T2, and T are closed, right? So now we'll come back to the main. In the main, in the PSTR of 0, we have 30,000. In the PSTR of 1, we have 40,000. We didn't change these values. We didn't act on the PSTR variable. So now PSTR variable is as it is. We passed PSTR of 0 value, and we passed PSTR of 1 value, and into T1 and T2 we collected them, and in the T1 and T2 we did exchange, and once we reached the closing brace in the function, those variables were destroyed, right? So no benefit is there with the swap function. Nothing has happened over the PSTR variable with the swap function. So no exchanges are occurred in the main. Simply, if we print the value using PSTR of 0, we will get hello. We will get hello. And if we print using PSTR of 1, we will get IndiaBix. So output will be as it is. Hello and IndiaBix will come as it is. Right? Yeah, if you have any doubt, you can post. Yeah, one of your mate, Harshasri, why don't they return values to the main function? See, this is like pass by value. This is like pass by value. In pass by value, whatever the value we pass from the main, they will be collected into the temporary variables in the function. And whatever the modifications you do on those variables, function variables, they won't come to the main. They won't come to the main. We didn't pass address of array. You see in the function called main, the one which is selected, we didn't pass address of array. We passed value of array. PSTR of 0 means value of that PSTR of 0 will come, which is India's address. hello's address. Assume that is defined at 30,000. So 30,000 will go to the function. 30,000 will go to the function. You do whatever the modifications on that 30,000 in the function, they won't come back because this 30,000 is stored in PSTR of 0 and PSTR of 0 is defined at 20,000 memory location. If you work on 20,000 memory location, then the changes will come. Yeah, it is pass by value. So, but we are passing the address of the variables. So, shouldn't it by pass by reference? No, we are not passing addresses. You see here, we are passing the value of PSTR of 0. Yeah, the value which is stored in the PSTR of 0 is the address of something else. Okay, address of hello. Address of hello. Right. So in the PSTR of 0, we have 30,000. That is address of hello. So now that address 30,000 is passed to the T1. Now if you want to modify, you can modify. So now in the function T1 is equal, for example, instead of hello, I just want to write hi. T1 is equal hi. So now hi is the new word, and assuming that is defined at 25,000 example, so that hi will come into the T1. But we are not modifying the PSTR of 0. If you pass address of PSTR, then the changes will happen to the main. We passed PSTR of 0 value, PSTR of 1 value. Of course, they are pointers, leave them, no problem. Right? Yeah, if you pass star PSTR of 0, sorry, not star PSTR, ampersand PSTR of 0 and ampersand PSTR of 1, then 20,000 and 20,000 two memory locations will go to the function. And if you do any modifications over the 20,000 and 20,000 two memory locations, so this array will be modified. Once array is modified, if you come back and see the values of array, the changes will be seen. Right? We passed value of array. So the value of PSTR of 0 is 30,000, which is address of hello, and we passed value of PSTR of 1, which is address of India BICS. We just passed values of this array. So modification on array won't occur. Right? So now we are printing the same thing, whatever the PSTR of 0 is having. PSTR of 0 is having the 30,000. At 30,000, we have hello. So that hello will come. Right. We'll see the next program. Yes, 8 and 9 are already discussed. I'm noting which programs are discussed, which programs are not discussed. Right. Now, 8 and 9 are already discussed. Yeah, once again, if you want, see, 8 is plus x, x is minus 1. You see the 8, just 1 minute. X is minus 1, y equal to 1, z is equal to 2. So now the next statement, z is equal. X is minus 1, y is 1, z is 2. Now come to the next statement, z is equal plus x or double vertical bar is r, logical r, plus y, again r, plus z. So now right side will be treated as a condition. So now plus x, first it's a pre-increment, increment the value of x, it will become 0 because it is minus 1 is there. In x, minus 1 is there. When you increment the value of x, it is nothing but x equal to x plus 1. So x is equal minus 1 plus 1 will become 0. 0 means false. So if a condition is false in the R, so the next condition will be tested, because R means if any one of the condition is right, the total condition will be true. So now next condition will be tested. Next condition is a plus y. So now plus y is already 1. First increment the value of y. So plus y means it will become 2. and 2 means true. Once it becomes true, it won't touch the third condition. Yeah, sir, there are plus plus x, plus plus y, plus plus z is there. Why are you calling them as the conditions? Yes, once you use the logical operators, they will be treated as the conditions only. So now first condition is plus plus x, second condition is plus plus y, third condition is plus plus z. So now plus plus x became 0. That's why that condition became false. And we'll go to the next condition. So now plus plus y. So y will become 2 and 2 is true. Once our condition is true, it won't touch the next condition. Once it is the conditions are merged with r, if any one of the condition is true, the entire condition will be treated as true and will come to the left side. We will evaluation is over. So now plus plus z is not happened. So that's the reason x became 0, y became 2, z is asterisk 2 is there, but from this condition, whatever the value is coming, that we are storing into the z. So now the right side evaluation result is true. True means 1. So we will get 1 from that, and that 1 will be stored into the z. So now z will become 1 finally. So now x is 0, y is 2, z is 1. So this will be the result. Now when it comes to the 9th question, so now, yes sir, once again 22nd question. Yeah, I'll note down. No problem. I'll note down and I'll see what is that 27nd question. We'll discuss, no problem. Once we will discuss all the problems, followed by whatever the questions which are difficult, as well as whichever the question you felt you need one more time, that they will be discussed. You will see the 22nd question and I'll explain the 22nd question. 22nd. Yeah, that's a GCD question. We'll see once again. No problem. After finishing all the 90 problems, we will see 4-5 classes for the repeating the tough problems. Right. So now come to the 9th question. Yeah, I'm noting which questions are discussed. I think around 40 to 50 questions are done. Sir, class up to na 1 o'clock. Yes, right. Yeah. 8th question. str1 is equal hello. So now str1 hello is defined at some place. So that address will be they will be stored into the str1. So that is for example at 20,000 str1 is defined. Yeah, no doubt 5 plus 1 6 characters total with backslash 0. So now at 20,000 str1 is there. Str20 str of 0, str1 of 0 will be at 20,000. str1 of 1 will be at 20,001. str1 of 2 will be at 20,002 and so on up to the 20,005 location, because from 20,000 to 20,005 will become 6 locations. So the word hello is stored. So now address of str1 is 20,000. See, address of str1 is 20,000 and into that the characters are stored. The size of str1 is 6, right? 6, because hello is 5 plus backslash 0 space. Now str2, assuming that that is defined at 30,000. str2 is defined at 30,000. So now again from 30,000 onwards, 6 spaces will be used, and one more hello is stored into that 30,000 location place. 2 variables are there. One variable is defined at 20,000. Other variable is defined at 30,000. str1 defined at 20,000. str2 defined at 30,000. Right? Now same hello is stored by using 6 spaces, including backslash 0. Right? Now if str1 is equal str2. str1 means the address of str will come. Address of str1 is 20,000. So now equal to str2. str2 means str2's address will come. str2's address is 30,000. So 20,000 is equal 30,000 is not right. We'll go to the else part. Unequal is the message. Whereas if you compare the strings, so we will get equal. You see, strcmp is the one to compare the strings. strcmp str1 comma str2. If you compare like this, both the strings will be compared. In both the strings we have hello and hello. We will get true. That means the difference between non-matching characters will come, but they are equal. When they are equal, 0 will be the return from the compare function. Sir, we are equating the addresses of both the strings. Yes, yes. Addresses we are comparing. str1 address is 20,000. str2 address is 30,000. Assumptions. If you go and check in the computer, you may get different addresses. So now str1 and str2 are not at same address. That's why equal is wrong. Equal is wrong. Whereas if you compare strings, you will get equal. strcmp is a function. strcmp str1 comma str2. If you write, you will get 0 as the return. Why? Because when strings are equal, return from the strcmp will be 0. Return from the strcmp will be 0 when they are equal. When they are not equal, the first difference between first non-matching characters. Yeah, we will discuss them later on when we get the strings. Right. We'll go to the 10th problem. Yeah. Yeah. Right. 10th question. Yeah, it's not recursive call. Recursions we will see once, one by one, all the programs will see. Yeah, this is not recursion. Static variable int a is equal 1 is there. Yeah, already they are defined as the global variables ABC. They are defined as the global variables ABC. Yeah, again, this is a compiler dependent. In some compilers, when you define a variable for more than one time, you will get error. But in the C++, we are using C++ compilers, so we don't get error. The closest definition will be used. Yeah, what is mean by closest definition? The variable is defined in the global, as well as if it is defined in the function variable will be used. If in that function, if that variable is not there, the global variable will be used. Right. In the first line, that is int a, b, c, and c is initialized with 0. That doesn't matter. You come to the main. Static int a is equal 1. Again, the variable a is defined inside the main. So now print function will go to the function. Will go to the function. Again, static int a is equal 2 is defined. Now b is equal int b is equal 1. Now a is equal plus plus b. So now b is 1 plus b means it will become 2. So now a is equal a plus b. That means, so now a will become 4. A will become 4. B is already 2. So we will get 4 and 2. We will get 4 and 2. A is 4. This means this is the shorthand assignment operator. A plus is equal plus plus b means a is equal a plus 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 b. That means a plus 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 b. That means, so now first plus plus b will be evaluated because it's a pre-increment. So now b will become 2. B will become 2. So now a is already 2 and b is 2. 2 plus 2, it will become 4. So a will become 4, b is 2. So now 4 and 2 will be printed from the printf statement, which is in the print function. Yeah, again here you see one is global variable. In the function, you can define in any number of functions. The function's static int a is equal to 2 is different from the static int a equal to 1 in the main. Okay, main variable is different from the functions variable. Two different variables are there. And one more is static is there, but static is given for only confusion. That is not used at all. Because once a variable is defined global as well as local, local will be used. Local is the nearest one which is defined in the function. Now, if you use the basic old compilers, you may get error. Because if you define a variable multiple times, you will get error. Okay, but the latest versions of the C++ compiler will accept this. will accept this and will give us the output. So now first with the print functions printf statement which is selected, we'll get 400, and then we'll come back because we reached the closing brace in the function. We'll come back and now a plus is equal 1, that is a is equal a plus 1. A's value is 1. Mains A we have to see. Leave about the functions A, leave about the global A. Simply forget about the global A, that is int ABC is not at all required. Leave it. Yeah, B is required, that we will see. So leave the global variable. Leave the global variable, right? Now, yeah, A is equal a plus 1. So now A will become 2. A will become 2. So now again we are calling print function. We'll go to the function again. Now static int A is equal to 2 will not be defined again. I already told static variables will be defined only once. Static variables will be defined only once, right? So now only once. This is clear. So now A is 4. Already in the previous call, A got 4. So that 4 will be there. A will not be defined again, whereas B will be defined again because B is not static variable. B is not static variable. So now B will be defined again and B is equal 1 will be stored again. Now we'll come to the A plus is equal plus plus B. That means A is equal A plus 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 B. So now B is 1, B will become 2 now. Once again, it will become 2. So now A is already 4. 4 plus 2, 6. So now A is 6, B is 2. So now printf will give us 6, 2. Printf will give us 6 and 2. Right? Again, we'll come back to the main. So now in the main, we are printing the value of A and B. So now this B global variable will be accessed. This B global variable will be accessed because B is not there in the main. B is not defined anywhere in the main. B is not there. So now global variable B will be accessed, and once whenever you define global variables, the default value of the global variables will be 0. Yeah, don't think that A comma B comma C is equal 0 will assign to 0 to the A, B, C. No, only to the C value 0 will be assigned, and A and B by default they will get 0 because global variables the default value will be 0. So now B is 0. Now think of the A. A is what was the value? It is 2. So now 2 and 0 will be the output from the printf statement which is in the main. So first function call will give us 4 2. Second function call will give us 6 2, and finally in the main we'll get 2 0. We'll get 2 0. Right? Yeah, you should concentrate, otherwise not so easy to understand. Yeah, once again I'll explain you. Listen to me. Yeah, there are chances of error if you use some compilers. Leave about that because A is defined multiple times. A is defined as global and A is defined as the function variable in print function. A is defined as variable in the main also, right? So it is an error actually if you use olden compilers. But the C++ compiler we are using, and we don't get error. You are allowed to define a variable multiple times. The nearest definition will be used. Nearest definition means if a variable is defined globally, as well as if a variable, same variable name is defined as locally, so the local will be accessed. If local is not defined, then the global will be accessed, right? So now int ABC first statement, by default the global variables will get the 0 as their value. Don't think that int A, B, C is equal 0 is written and 0 will go into the A, B, C. No, only into the C the last value will go. A will get by default 0, B will get by default 0. C is equal, instead of 0, if you assign any other value, that other value will go into the C, right? Now come to the main. We are defining one static integer variable. Yeah, you can define static variables anywhere, wherever you want. Now local variable A is defined and initialized with 1. Now we are calling the print function. We'll go to the print function, and in the print function again the local variable int static int A is defined. Remember, static variables will be defined only once. When you go to that function again, it won't define the static int a equal to t, a equal to 2. This won't be defined again. Whereas the normal variable int b is there. The moment when we go to the function, int b will be defined and whatever the value is given there will be stored. Whenever you come out from that function by reaching the closing brace or return statement, the b will be closed. The variable b will be destroyed. You can't see the b once you come out from that function, either by reaching closing brace or by reaching the return statement. Okay, anyway, now we are in that function. Now we are in that print function. A equal to 2 and b is equal 1 is there. Now come to the a plus is equal plus plus b. This is a shorthand assignment operator. Plus equal to. After a plus equal to is there. This is a shorthand assignment operator. This means a is equal a plus plus b. A is equal a plus plus b. Now right side a plus b is there, right? So now plus b must be evaluated first because it is a pre-increment. So now b value will become 2. B is 1, b value will become 2. So now a is equal a plus b will happen then. So now a is already 2. So now 2 plus 2, 4 will be the result from the right side, and that 4 will be stored into the a. So now a is 4, b is 2. A is 4, b is 2. So that will be the output from the printf statement. Now we reach the closing brace. B will be destroyed. The variable b will be destroyed. It will be closed. Whereas a will be as it is. A will not be destroyed. A will be as it is. So now value of a is 4. That will be retained. If you go back and see the value of a, we will have 4. We will have 4. So now, okay, we reach the closing brace and we'll come back to the main. And in the main, a is equal a plus 1. That a, functions a, print functions a and mains a are different. Two different variables. So now main variable a is equal 1 is there. So now a plus is equal 1 means it's a shorthand assignment operator again. So now a is equal a plus 1. So now this mains a will become 2. Mains a will become 2. Mains a is different. Keep it aside. Mains a is 2. Keep it aside. So now again we are calling the print function. We'll go to the print function. Only b will be defined this time because a is already defined in the previous time and it is a static variable. So it will not be defined again and again. Only one time it will be defined. Now, even in the previous occurrence, the value of a was 4. That will be there as it is. So now b is defined and b is stored with the value 1 again. Now come to the third statement, a plus is equal plus plus b. A is already 4. 4 is there. So now a is equal a plus plus b. Now first evaluate the plus plus b. B is 1. So 1 will become 2. B will become 2. So now a is already 4. 4 plus 2. So it will become 6. So that 6 will be stored into the a again. So now a is 6 and b is 2. So 6, 2 will be the output from the second function call. And we'll come back to the main. In the main, the value of a is 2. The mains a is different variable. Mains a is different variable. So the mains a is 2. And b is not defined in the main. So the global variable will be used. Global b is there and global b, no value stored into the global b. But global variables by default, they will get the 0. By default, they will get the 0. So now 2, 0 will be the output from the printf statement. Sir, in first function call example b takes memory location 20,000, then it get destroyed. Second function call b will take 20,000 memory location. See, whenever a variable is created, we can't say this memory location will be given to you. That depends. Because see, I'll tell you one more thing. On your computer, you're running several windows. I'm not talking about the Windows software. I'm talking about the tabs. Several window tabs. In one, you're running the YouTube video, and in one, you're working on you're watching photos. In the other, you're reading the paper, Inodo paper example. And in one, you're watching some other Google data. And these are called the several processes on your system. you are running several processes at a time, and all these processes will take memory of your RAM, and also you're running your program. So while running your program, which memory location will be given to this program, and which part of the memory will be given to the programs which are running on the computer? Because I told the one is running paper, one is running YouTube, one is in the photos, one is the some other Google, etc. So you may be running several processes on the same computer, and we don't know which memory is given to the which process. Every running program on your computer is called a process. Process means a program in execution state, a program which is running. So we don't know. Most of the times, a separate some area. For example, at 60,000 memory location, your program got space. At 55,000 memory location, say e-note paper got the space. At 50,000 memory location, say YouTube got the space. Example. At that time, there is a chance to get the same memory location, but you may or you may not get. Why? Because, for example, instead of only one function, you have several functions in the program. Example, after calling printf1, for example, you are calling some other function, and after some other function, again you are calling back this function. You may get the same memory location, or you may not get the same memory location. Whenever you go back to the function again and again, you may or you may not get the same memory locations to the variables which are defined in the function. You may get or you may not get. We don't know. Is this clear? Yeah, within. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, the output from this program is first 4-2, then 6-2, then 2-0. Now we'll see the 11th question. 11th question. Yeah. It is again double star. This may confuse you. Yep. Actually, one more issue is in my computer, this is a new computer, no Microsoft Office is there. So I'm unable to get the Word. If I get the Word, I can write and show you here itself. I have to get the Microsoft MS Office software. Then I can show you on the Word. If it is on the Word, I can show you the memory locations and how the editings are happening. I'll show you. Yeah, within short time, I'll get the Microsoft Office to my computer. Then we'll discuss these programs again. Notepad. Yeah, I think in the Notepad, we cannot draw. We can show, but we cannot draw, I think. If it is Word, all these questions are available in my Word file also. Because I have written all these programs. Right? Yeah, Notepad, I'll check in the next time. I'll see tomorrow's class. Yeah, somebody told Paint. Somebody told Notepad. Yeah, I'll check tomorrow. I'll check. Right. Yeah, it is 37. I don't want to trouble the next teacher. Right, you can log out and you can go to the next class. Yeah, I'm logging out.